Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team.
Slada.
Dire team pick.
Sand King.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Dark Seer.
Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team 10 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut.
Radiant team pick.
And as you might be able to guess, we are back for game number 3, the final one in our best of 3 set. I'm pitching a game here with Duop versus Fire, and it seemed like Duop were actually on Fire in the last match, and they absolutely decimated Fire to win that one, and take us to a deciding third match. Duop going for the Weaver once again, and they've got the Juggernaut this time as well. Fire picking up the Sweater and Darkseer, two heroes that did very well for them in game number 1, and they're also going to get the Vengeful Spirit with it. Rubik hasn't been banned out by either team, but don't really think that Fire are going to be picking that up here.
Reserve time.
So, Duop, they are maybe trying to get possibly something that works with the minus armor of Weaver, or maybe gives them some kind of plus armor. Would be maybe okay against the Sweater. Duop tried that in game number 1 with the Sven, but he got carried a little bit too much and wasn't really the best for trying to work against the corrosive phase that kept coming out from Swardar.
Disruptor.
Radiant team pick.
And yeah, we're going to be seeing a Disruptor for Duop.
Dire team
Worked really well for them in game 2. And we'll see if it's able to pick off a couple of the heroes from Fire. Getting heroes back in the fight like the Glimpse can do is just absolutely ridiculous for Duop sometimes, and having the extra control with the Kinetic Field and Stagstorm has really set up a lot of kills for them. Fire going with the Sniper here, most likely a mid lane sniper for Brink. We've seen him do that a couple of times here.
Radiant team.
And we'll have to see how the Sniper does. If Duop can't address him, he's going to be able to get a huge amount of farm and not really be contested at all. I guess their only hope of trying to get on top of him is really the Weaver.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
My lord. What is this child doing?
Reserve time.
In any case, Duop will be able to ban away the Ursa here. And I guess that's kind of interesting for FireDota to try to go for that.
Radiant team pick.
I think they definitely have a lot of other things up their sleeve. They don't necessarily need something, a big damage dealer like the Ursa. It's also pretty tanky with the Enrage, but honestly, they probably should go for something that has a little bit more synergy with the Darkseer. They already have the Crusher to do a lot of damage. Really get a little bit more to work with that.
Remaining. Reserve time.
So Fire will be down to their last pickup as they have to try to find a little bit more damage. With their last pickup here. Trying to get through this draft here. Definitely not my favorite thing to go through. It'll be actually a coddle for Fire, which means that we're probably going to be seeing a Vengeful Spirit core. Interesting from Fire. That has the possibility of doing a huge amount of damage for them. If TC can get that farmed up, I'm not sure if anyone from Duop is really able to contest a Vengeful Spirit too much, but she has to be able to get some farm. So Duop will be down to their last pickup with this one, and they're gonna have to find a way to try to play against this beam because I don't necessarily think they have so much that plays against the Vengeful Spirit all that well. Maybe if the Juggernaut can go like Diffusal, Mantisile, or something like that, but honestly, I think that Ven should be able to put out some huge damage in these fights, even if she does get controlled a little bit, and Storm Spirit is going to be able to jump to the back line, so they're taking care of one of the problems for Fire, but I think this Venge is still going to be able to just output some ridiculous things, and also if she gets up to level 25, she's going to have a magic missile that goes through magic immunity, which is going to be really good against Duop's lineup. So Fire against Duop, it all comes down to this one. Duop with that mid lane, it's Sniper versus Storm. And Storm really is going to be okay in that lane with the overcharge to give him some more last hit damage, but
5 seconds
Sniper should be absolutely okay in that lane until the Storm gets up to maybe level 6, and then things start to get a little bit dicey. But still, it's going to be difficult to kill a Sniper here, and we're probably going to be looking at Duop to try to interrupt that lane a little bit with the ganks. So in any case, it's going to be starting up in just a few moments. We're all ready. Somebody just has to press the damn start button. Looks like nobody's ready to do that just yet, though. In any case, this will be the last match of the night. But we'll be getting into this one right now. And it's going to be TC on the Vengeful Spirit, so they're already getting out to the lanes. Biryu scouting out Whitebeard already, unable to put his ward down. Biryu, they're basically traveling, they're going hit for hit here. Biryu is going to go through a Shikuchi through. And the D ward comes out from Whitebeard. Oh, Biryu might be able to get the deny, but Whitebeard denies him with the Tango, which is completely fine because he still has a lot of region to go through as well.
seconds to battle.
So we'll be making our way into the lanes here. Neither team has been too aggressive around the bounty runes at all. Neither's really gone for some smokes off the bat. They just keep going for the runes on their own side of the map, which is nice, I guess. I saw a rune the other day as a Clinks. It made me feel very proud of myself.
The battle begins.
Weaver coming through here. He's got the Blightstone. You can see that it wasn't very effective against the KOD before, but he might be able to harass the mid lane a little bit. As Brink gets over to there. It's really important for Duop to put pressure onto the sniper so that he doesn't have the easy lane that he's just so used to getting because he stays so far away. Range creep goes out first from Brink, and the Weaver's looking for the courier kill, but Brink's not going to be bringing it out for now. Be a stun thrown out on this Stay King. And all those caustic finales are going to come through. Whitebeard off the mark with the Illuminate. And TC has another stun available. They might actually be able to get the first blood right away here. Damage out on the Snake King. He's at level 2. And he goes for a level into the Sandstorm instead of the Burrow Strike. Whitebeard throwing out another Illuminate, taking himself down to literally no mana. But TC's already gotten control of this lane. Brink also farming up at mid, slightly behind the Storm Spirit. At top, we've got Fluff and stuff coming from behind. He's got the Iron Shell on top of him. Brax putting in some damage as well. There's the first blood for Fluff and stuff on the top lane. With the Disruptor not being able to stay alive too much against the impending Slardar. Snake King will come around the side here. Heroes are pretty low at bottom. He's got the Burrow Strike available. Might be able to go for a kill if he can get the Caustic Finale out. But he is not really going to want to try to go underneath the tower for those hits. Oh, TC will get the healing salve off on himself. And keep with the farming here. Whitebeard puts some damage out on the Snake King. Keeps harassing him out. Has to be very careful over to the side. He very well could be susceptible to any kind of Burrow Strike and Caustic Finales from him. Interesting that he decided to go for the Sandstorm early though. 747 knocked away from the mid lane. He's going to keep that lane pushing out with the Shrapnel. A little bit off with the last hit there. Illuminate hitting out onto the Snake King. TC throws out the stun and they should be able to get that kill. Snake King tries to Burrow Strike away, but that is not going to stop the last hit from coming in. And 2 kills right off the bat to Team Fire. In the mid lane, Storm Spirits use the double damage rune to get a little bit of an advantage over Sniper. He's currently doubling him up in last hits. Sniper's having a little bit of difficulty trying to get these creeps down, especially with all the damage that Storm Spirit does. Kind of unlucky to have the 2-minute rune spawn a double damage rune. Over at top, Brax and Fluff and stuff just continue to try to work together to get these levels and XP and last hits and all that other fun stuff. Fluff and stuff currently up to level 2, so he has 2 levels into the Slithering Crush. Gonna be doing quite a bit with that, and then 2 into Iron Shell as well. So if the Disruptor finds himself caught out again, he doesn't have levels into the Glimpse either. He's really gonna have to work around the kinetic field because other than that, he has no way of trying to stay alive here. And Fluff and stuff may go for the kill here. Not just yet. Brax needs a little bit more mana. Kinetic field is going to cause them to Delta split. War gets out of there. Brink moving forward. He's going to continue to try to get those last hits, which is extremely important against the Storm Spirit. And then Also, like, he's got to get his farm up so that he can be a physical damage presence for his team, make things really difficult for Duop. He needs some way to be able to survive against the Storm Spirit, who really should be focusing down as they get later in the game. Meanwhile, at top, there's a crush out on the Disruptor, double Iron Shell damage, and Clairvoyance cannot stay alive there once again. It's just such a difficult game for him. He's got these two guys going around with the Iron Shells on their heads like a bunch of doofuses, going in with some crushes and stuff. It's just not a good scene for Disruptor at all. And here comes the rotation onto the mid lane. Fluff and Stuff is ready with the crush. 747 at level 4 for now. He's backing up. Sniper does have level 5. And Fluff and Stuff will decide to go somewhere else. Hastern at the bottom lane for Biryu.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
King going over to the side just to pick up some stuff from the side shop. Very happy that he has a little bit of gold to spare here. Illuminate coming through and hitting these guys a little bit. TC getting so much mana for the magic missile and might go forward on the Snake King. He doesn't have the Sandstorm anymore, but he is regenning with the healing salve. Illuminate from the trees, and again, that's going to do a little bit of damage to him. TC wanting to go forward, but Shikuchi will get used by the Weaver, getting him back to safety. Sniper nearly level 6, 747 is getting close to it. Even though he has more last hits, he's slightly behind on XP. Only slightly though. This means that Sniper's going to get to level 6 a little bit before the Storm Spirit does. The Storm Spirit gets it now. So it wasn't really all that far apart. Snake King, he'll get the mana leaks getting away from Whitebeard. TC wants to get into this fight. The bugs are going to get thrown out and TC wants to farm those. Whitebeard takes one off of himself. Illuminate come through again. You might want to think about farming those. It's one. And I think it's going to get two with Fluff and Stuff getting the stun on the Snake King. TC follows it up with the magic missile. And the rotation results in a good kill for Team Fire. They are currently 4-0. And doing a lot of work around the map. Swider might think about going for Biryu. Maybe if he gets a lucky stun. Oh, he is. He's going to throw out the crush as well. Shikuchi available from the Weaver. That's not going to be a kill, but it is Fluff and Stuff making the Weaver extremely scared. Also at bottom, Snake King's trying to take some damage again. There's a double damage room from Swidar, and they have more stun from TC. That Snake King is in a lot of trouble. Burst Strike comes through, and the damage will not be there for now, but TC wants to go a little bit further. He's got a magic missile from downtown. Whitebeard gets the kill. Again, so easy for Fire to keep throwing out those stuns. More mana for TC, and he gets so many. Oh, that's a glimpse back onto Bragg, so we'll TP out after the glimpse comes out. Very good timing from him, just make sure that he loses no time on the glimpse. But this bottom lane for Fire is absolutely on fire, getting so many kills and really working with that KOD to put out so much stunnage. The Sand King is in a really bad spot right now. And Biryu might be soon as well. Whitebeard trying to get the mana up for himself. Biryu up to a Geminate Swarm, and the Shikuchi puts a little bit of damage out onto Whitebeard, but he seems to be completely fine with it at this point. And Sand King's got to be careful once again. Biryu going around the side. There is no vision here for Duop, and the gank squad could come through again. Fluff and Stuff just waiting. He's not envisioning, staying just out of what Snake King sees, and put down a Sentry Ward. Again, Whitebeard will come through the side. That's not too unusual, but Fluff and Stuff is keeping himself hidden, getting very aggressive early, which is generally what Fire do to win these games. And now the Weaver is going to get chased down a little bit by Fluff and Stuff, looking for that extra stun. Snake King's starting to turn things around, wanting to put some damage onto Fluff and Stuff. but that is a very tanky slaughter. Meanwhile, in the mid, Sniper and Storm Spirit are very close. Storm Spirit starts to rotate around the map looking for some farm inside the jungle. He has the regen rune up, so it could be pretty easy for him to clear those jungle camps. There's the mana leak out on the Biryu. He'll actually stun himself as a swap comes in. Snake King, he is going to stun out TC, who doesn't turn around to throw anything on the Biryu, who is out of mana. I mean, why would you go for a swap on the Snake King if you didn't want to kill a Weaver? I don't know, why would you swap in that far? But sure, I'm sure that he had a plan for it. Just seems like it would be much easier to go for a Weaver like that. Snaking again with the Burrow Strike would be difficult for Fluff and stuff to get the kill there. And Brink is still farming alone on the mid lane. It should be a Maelstrom soon for him. It's a little bit of an aggressive build. It'll make sure that his damage output is pretty consistent as long as he can stay alive, which is a really big caveat if you're a sniper. He does have level 9, so he's doing pretty well in the levels department there, and he starts to go and kill off these camps inside the jungle. Some stuff wants to maybe find another gank. Biryu is underneath a sentry ward of his own. Snaking starts to move forward. The Illuminate is going to touch him. Level 1 Illuminate, but it seems to be doing more than enough work for Whitebeard. Puff and stuff ready to pick up the rune, but it does not spawn for him. It's going to be a regen, or a bottle rune rather, invis rune in the top rune spot. With Storm Spirit rotating down towards bottom. Fire don't really feel like getting too aggressive out there. And Brink still wants to keep farming on the mid lane. That's just what he's been doing all game. Meanwhile, at bottom, Weaver's going to get caught out by a couple of stuns. And Vengeful Spear has another stun in about 3 seconds. The TPs will go out to the mid lane. Brink needs to survive here. He's taking a lot of damage from the Storm Spear. He can't get away. And the glimpse out onto the Slayer is going to make life a lot easier for the Storm Spear. Put on underneath the tower. There is some dust on him. He'll be able to zip zap away, but he's going to get touched by the Illuminate. Whitebeard finding him from very far away. Now TC wants to get in here. Gets the swap out of the Snake King, but Snake King can always put out the stun with the Burrow Strike, turn things around. Buff and stuff coming up behind the tower. He's going to get stunned, and TC doesn't really have too much to offer here. Buff and stuff using the sprint to get away. In any case, Brax is still farming up the top. He's made things a little bit more difficult for the Juggernaut here.
Is under attack.
And he's made his way nearly to the mechanism. Definitely important to get that up to make the team a little bit more tanky. You are taking some damage from the... taking a bit of damage from the Ion Shell. But once he builds up the Helm of the Dominator, he's not going to have to worry about that as much. I mean, I don't know, I was playing yesterday. I haven't played too much on the recent patch, but I picked up the Helm of the Dominator and then I just didn't die for a while. It's a pretty easy game. At top, Glimpse goes back on the Brax and immediately he tries to TP away, and he's not going to be caught out there once again. Snake King can't get in range for a Burrow Strike. He's been on point with a lot of those stuns, and sometimes the glimpses are just not really what Duop need there. TC pushing in with his early Helmet Dominator. He's got the Centaur creep there as well for some extra stuns, as if he didn't have enough. Whitebeard using the mana leak onto Weaver, and again, he's going to run out of all his mana there, meaning that this is basically a free tower for Fire, at least for a while. You are using the... not even using the Omni Slash at top, just stunning him out there. Puffin stuff going on the side. He, I think, has seen 747, and... oh, could not quite find the kill there. If he had the crush, it probably would have been Storm Spirit dead, but... He's a little bit better on those reflexes, and here comes 747. He's got a lot of mana to go here. Burrow strike through. We've got Brink getting caught out. Sniper way too far up, and UR's going to spin him down. Snake King will be killed up, but Fire, they're losing a couple members here. TC and Fluff and stuff trying to throw out a crush. He gets it onto UR, but he's going to keep getting eaten up by that bug, and that bug will not go away anytime soon. Fluff and stuff keeps trying to leave, and he tries to TP out. No vision. They can't get anything. Wow. Buff and stuff getting away there. Still lots of gold over to Duop after that. But Fire are still a little bit ahead on kills, but the net worth shows 747 and Juggernaut to be a lot ahead.
Middle tower is under attack.
They're also alive. Of course they're alive, that's why they're farming so well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
Fire still want to push us in. They're getting a lot of damage on the tier 1, but Brax has to fight himself away. He's going to get the glimpse put out of him. UR uses the Omni Slash to kill off Cuddle to start. Epicenter also going through. Brax in a lot of trouble. He uses a vacuum out on the 2, but that's really the best that he can do here. Buff and stuff gets to crush out on the 2, but he's not yet at his blink tag, and he really would like to stay alive for now. Also, Brink getting killed off at top. 747 will nearly get killed off by the tower. Actually is. Could not get the ball lightning out of there now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now TC is also going to get caught out, throwing out the Wave of Terror on the Snake King. I sneeze, as Fury also is going to get caught out. Whitebeard killing him off there, not giving anything over to TC. He doesn't deserve farm. Buff and stuff will be chased a little bit by the tomato creep, which just moves too fast, so it's really not even worth it for Fire to try to chase him down right now. Looking at our net worth, that is a big decline the way of Duop, although the numbers aren't really all that big. I'm looking at some fog. I love looking at fog.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
TC getting a couple of scarabs chasing him down, and I think he'll happily farm that one. Wants to keep his kill troll up.
Top tower is under attack.
Brock's looking for a blink dagger next, but he's going to get chased at the top lane. Snake King looking to kill him off here. About 800 gold, well, maybe a little bit less than that. Away from the blink dagger, and here comes the burrow strike, and you are in with a lot of damage. Brax won't have the surge to go away for a while, and that will be the kinetic field and the Saxstorm engaged to kill him off. A lot of hate for him. Showing that Glimpse can just do so much to keep heroes in the fight. Now here comes the mana leaks on to 747. He's gonna get hit with the... Nope, they're gonna cancel the assassinate.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So, right now we still have Duop with a pretty good lead, and Snake King gets out. Glimpse goes back on the TC, getting him very far away from any kind of aggression on the mid lane. It seems like Clairvoyance is just everywhere with those glimpses, really making it difficult for Fire to get in here at all. Fluff himself still working towards the blink dagger. If he doesn't die, he could have a pretty good timing on it. When it doesn't hit onto too much of the creep wave. The King seems to be ready to go in. He doesn't have a blink dagger yet either. Finally, the creep wave will manage to get to the tower, and that's a tier 1 going the way of Fire. Now Fluff and stuff starts to go towards bottom, chasing away Biryu. He has the turn up in 3 seconds, but Biryu's getting pretty far away, and honestly right now, Fluff and stuff really should just go back and defend the tower, get a denial.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
Which he does. Maybe he gets chased away from the bottom lane here. Snake King is ready with the burrow strike. He's going into a sandstorm right now. And Puff and stuff, he might be well advised to keep those corrosive phases coming, but he really doesn't want to end up dying to get himself further away from the Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, at top, 747 out onto the Dark Zero. He'll use the mechanism to keep himself alive, but the Orchid Burn, along with the damage from 747, will kill him off. Puff and stuff still getting chased down by Biryu. I would really like to get the corrosive phase off. There it is, but the rest of Duop are gonna make him feel a lot of pain at bottom. Fluff and stuff, he can always take the glimpse back, and with the War spinning him down, there is absolutely no way for Fluff and stuff to stay alive. Once again, a caught out. Storm Spirit maybe in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna get blasted back out of all his mana, so maybe Fire are able to find a kill here. They're putting down a couple of shrapnels, and the assassinate, there's no way the Storm Spirit can get out of that one. He tried to go for the ball lightning, but just wasn't really there. Couldn't get the animation off in time. So we are at about 19 minutes in. Teams are pretty close, but the net worth lead is pretty far on the side of Duop at this point. And they're going to quickly run over to mid and try to take down the last of the tier 1 towers. They also took down a tier 2, starting to get a lot of objectives here. TC, well, at least find a tower for himself. He's getting some good farm. Dragonlance up for him. It's really going to be up to him to do the bulk of the damage here, as UR goes in with the Hill Troll, who is barely taking any damage from the tower. It doesn't really seem to care about the heroes coming in on it as well. TC starts to go onto the creep wave. It's actually TC's Hill Troll. I don't know why I was talking about that. Meanwhile, Fluff and stuff, he's trying to be very scary to Biryu. No Blink Dagger just yet for him. Should have it soon. Can't find any last hits in the mid lane. What a poor fish. Poor guy, man. Can't even find a creep to kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Taking also with an Invis rune, and what a lucky find for him to get when he's going for a Blink Dagger into a Burrow Strike. Whitebeard will be catching out Weaver, and he gets a time lapse away out of that net, so he's not going to be mana leaked anymore. Fluff and stuff, he's got Snake King stalking him at bottom. Fluff and stuff, he is going to be chased down by UR. Snake King not close to him any longer. Fluff and stuff using the sprint to get away. Yeah, I think I have been showing net worth pretty periodically here. In addition, you can also kind of add up the heroes' net worths. I think that's probably more important than actually seeing a graph. I had one person tell me that you don't ever show the net worth graph because people should be able to add it up anyway. Apparently they didn't realize that people can't add, or probably don't want to when they're watching a Dota broadcast. I don't want to think when I'm watching Dota. Oh no, Cardi. Cardi's in some trouble. He's going to deny himself possibly to Roshan. Roshan comes out of the pit though. He's like, why did somebody wake me up? Meanwhile at mid, Ares going to be losing some mana again. KOD doing really well against Weaver. The Illuminate not quite getting it, but Fluff and stuff has found Disruptor over in the high ground. He's going to put down the Kinetic Field and the Static Storm as well. As the rest of the team is going to show up. Burrow Strike available, gets used out on the Sweater. Comes a Magic Missile, but it doesn't seem to hit on the Snake King. And that Illuminate is going kind of weird. Guess to stop the illusions from hitting the tower. Inside the jungle, maybe 747 gets caught up, but he's got it. No! Buff and stuff. He was not farming there. And Storm Spirit gets out of possibly a bad situation. And he does have a lot of the workings of his Bloodstone. We're finally killing the tower. He's going to get swapped out of his spin there. TC wanting to try to chase him down. He's also going to get a hit with the net. TC putting in a lot of damage. Doesn't have the magic missile though. You are getting caught out a little bit. He's going to lose all of his mana. Buffs himself to the high ground. Gets the crush off. He needs the corrosive haze just to get a little bit more vision. Does throw it out, but the epicenter comes in from the backside with the Burrow Strike out on the 3. Huge damage from Snake King. Biryu just walking in. He's got to be careful of the damage, but lots of fire taken well after that one. Getting slickly caught out, and here comes 747 with the Orchid out onto Vengeful Spirit. He'll probably be stunned as well. Snake King a little bit off the mark with that. TC will take one down with him, but 747 kills him off in the end. And these fights don't really get too much better for Fire, because Duop are not going into the Roshan pit. We'll get that Aegis. 747 being really liberal with his mana usage, and he definitely can afford to, because he's got both the Orchid and the Bloodstone up. Sand King finding something else here. He's going to get some damage on the Fluff and stuff. It's so awkward to have players that have King in their names. Oh no, Fluff and stuff. Why? He saw that the Aegis wasn't picked up. He thought he could go in, and then in that split second, 747 picks it up. So, man, that was just not the best of moves for him. And he not only gives the Aegis still over to Duop, but he's also given his death over as well. So Duop with a little bit more of an advantage to try to push this in. Tier 2 still alive in the mid lane. Tier still 2 still up at top. Could be very easy for Duop to take those and get over to those shrines. It's just really an objective based game right now. Duop trying to get that date back in the grand final versus Team Freedom. As Fire, they really gotta get these towers off the map. Duop seem to be grouping up a little bit better and taking better fights than Fire are able to manage right now. Drink up to his Dragon Lance and Maelstrom. TC, he's going to be getting the Manta style, but he's 1100 gold away from that. UR will push in on top. And they should be able to take these towers much faster than Fire are able to do so on the other side of the map. So they'll be able to get a tier 1, maybe go for a tier 2 here. They have a lot going for them. Iron Shell and a Mud Golem. Maybe they can do something here, but they are really going to lose their base if they don't get back faster. 747 going right for Dark Tier, who actually manages to blink out before any damage came through. Now the stun goes out into 747, but this tower is taking so much damage. And GC's trying to keep going in. He's trying to go for the base. That's, I guess, the only thing that he can possibly take right now. But Sparta will be falling first. Is that? No, Snaking wasn't channeling anything. At TC, he's still going for the tier 3. He's attacking pretty quickly. It's just going to be a tier 3 for tier 3 at this point. But UR wants to take a little bit more. And exactly what can Fire do here? UR is going to try to spin and TP away. And TC takes down a tier 3. He's going to be taking a lot of damage here as well. Actually goes for Beery. Beery does have enough mana to get the time lapse off, but he's not going to be able to do so. And TC gets the ranged racks. Now UR into the fight. And TC was just trying to go for as much building damage as possible. Making it so that TC, he did find a little bit more than Duop were able to, but here comes the Static Storm, but Storm Spirit is gonna just be looking at Brink invisible. Brink maybe wants to do a little bit more damage there, but of course he has to be worried about 747 coming in with the Ball Lightning. Whitebeard, he has the Illuminate, and Clairvoyance can't get away from it. Viper getting into that fight as well. Joseph is out onto Storm Spirit, but he still has an Aegis, so it's really unlikely that he goes down anytime soon. It's been an interesting weekend here. XP is about 12,000 in favor of Duop. Net worth is 5,000. I've been casting Paragon like all weekend, so I don't know. It doesn't really feel like the weekend anymore. I feel like I've been working the entire time. And of course Dota casting as well. Like, did KOD League on Friday, Paragon before that, Paragon production on Saturday, Paragon casting today, Dota casting today as well. Been really busy, I guess. King trying to chase after Whitebeard. He's gonna get the mana leak on him and just misses with the Burrow Strike. But here comes Fluff and stuff with the stun out onto Storm Spirit. They're trying to get away from here, and Whitebeard's still taking a huge amount of damage. They're gonna get the Blinding Light off, and that will be the Aegis popped onto the Storm Spirit. TC doing a lot of damage. Beery trying to come around the backside for the kill on the Whitebeard. And Sand King will be able to dodge the assassinate, and now Fluff and stuff, he's found Weaver. He's gonna get the time lapse off. 747 gets the kill out onto the Coddle, whose nice little Total friend there. He actually has the Aegis already. He was getting a lot of damage out with the Illuminate, and there's the vacuum crush out on the 2, making instant trouble. He's trying to back away. Omnislash taking down Fluff and stuff, and Fire will still back away. TC wants to look for a swap, but it's not really the best situation for him to go for that. Still a very close match. I would never count Fire out of it because War really needs to go for the Vengeful Spirit, and even if they do kill a sniper in a couple situations, it's still a Venge that they have to worry about. The Juggernaut now has the Mjolnir, and these guys are hitting extremely fast like now. Fire will keep pushing this in though. Coddle. Got Brax coming in. But nobody's really able to find anything because both teams are kind of evasive at this point. You are still at the top of the net worth. We've got 747 up there as well. We should be able to get the Aghanim Scepter soon. It was a pretty quick build up for him last time. A little bit slower this time around, but he's definitely still making good time on it. A lot of tier 2 towers are down. You start to see a lot of duo ganging up around their shrine. Not too many people here. There's also not a tier 2 tower in this lane. They just want to push it out, I guess. Maybe bait with Biryu. Well, Fire, they want to make sure that their mid lane is pushed out and maybe even try to take the top tier 2. Bottom lane should surely push out with the ranged minions coming through. So you see them putting a little bit of special attention down there, making sure that he takes care of the ranged creep as fast as possible. And we start to... They'll start to move over towards top. Fluff and stuff, he's trying to be the watchman for his team. I don't really see a point in Fire trying to push during the nighttime right now. They get so many heals with the Coddle during the day that just pushing any time when it's night is just really not good at all. It's a lot more difficult for them. Like maybe if Duop have a couple of heroes down, but maybe we're gonna see 747 get into the high ground. Brax could get caught out. He's got the Invis Rune, also the gem on him. Brink could get caught out. Oh, he will. He'll be able to. No, he's got the gem on 747. So something like the Shadow Blade isn't going to do too much any longer. Snake King's hanging out near the shrine as TC still pushes out bottom. Wants to make sure that that one has a lot of pressure on it. Fire are really spread out right now, and Puff and stuff might be able to go on to Snake King. He might start thinking about it. They need some vision for this, and he could go in with a stun. That's gonna be the crush, and they'll get the Sentry Ward down as well. They'll kill off Snake King very quickly, but I'm not sure how long TC can actually stay in this lane. Tier 2 tower in trouble from Duop. I don't really see it living for all that long, especially with Yawar just slicing at it for now. Puffin still hanging out at bottom for now. He will get the recall to get back to base, but Duop immediately start towards the shrines. And that next Roshan is going to be in quite a while. I think that's nearly the longest that it can take to respawn. I think it's at like 5:53 when it started, so those timers can go as high as 6 minutes, so they're very close to the longest timing of Aegis. Puff and stuff starting to go forward. They're actually going to be off the Roshan timing as well. And Puff and stuff wanting to maybe find the kill. There's not a whole lot of vision, but we do have KOD getting it in the mid lane. That's the stun out into UR. They have a lot of vision now that it's daytime, and they get a huge amount of damage on UR. They need a little bit more. TC could go for a swap, but that's a little bit risky now. 747 in on the backside. TC up to level 20, so he doesn't have the magic immunity, magic missile. He'll use the Mental Cell to get away from the Omni Slash, and Fluff and stuff stuns him immediately out of it. UR still healing up thanks to the healing ward, and that will actually be able to keep him alive. Brink is now a little bit far up, looking for the assassinate. He's going to cancel it. These guys are still healing up so much with that healing word, and the fact that Fire couldn't get onto it basically won that fight for Duop. TC's really tanky right now, but he's gonna need to get a little bit more damage to go toe to toe with the Juggernaut. Still one tier 2 tower up for Duop as they try to keep their shrines available. Still no Roshan. He's not going to be back for another minute. And maybe Fire start to go for something again. Whitebeard into the pit. They'll get the corrosive haze out onto the Alpha Wolf, making sure that Duop don't have any vision there when Roshan respawns. But they're starting to get ahead on the mid lane. Look at all this vision for Whitebeard. He goes into the trees. And they're gonna see Biryu if they had any kind of detection, but they don't have anything. Might be good to have a gem on KOD because TC is about to get caught out at mid. Snake Kings finds the KOD, and here comes 747 in with the Orchid. We've got the Storm Spirit taking a lot of damage. The gem is gonna get dropped, and I don't know where that gem went. Brax is still getting chased down. He has a gem on him now. TC turned to back away. Fluff and stuff will be the next one to fall. Duop, they'll get the TC, and that was a very poor attempt at a Manta dodge of the Glimpse. So we'll be moving into the base now. Duop, they took a couple of kills there. Only the blinding light stopping them from taking this down right now. Also some damage from the sniper, who I believe starts hitting into UR. Now the mana leak goes out into 747, who gets away from the tower, and he'll just stand there for a couple seconds while UR still goes for the tower. And that catapult, oh no, he denied it. Wow, what a player. And Roshan has also now respawned, so that will be a very easy kill for Duop. So Duop, they are inside the Roshan pit, and the epicenter will get channeled. We're going into the mid lane, and it's seeing a lot of fire take so much damage. Brink in some trouble. They're also going to find Brax. Look at the vacuum to the high ground. I don't think he stays alive for all that long. Weaver's going to finish him off, and that is not a good fight at all for Fire. They get a couple heroes killed off. Snake King already starting to get back towards the base, forcing a buyback by Sniper. Fire will have to hold here if they want to get into the grand final. And Duop, well, they're going to let them. Bottom's been pushing up a little bit too long for now. So Duop, they are defending their towers pretty well. They should be able to get bottom pushed out, and they might start thinking about taking that set of racks down first so that they can kind of balance out the range creep there. Now we've got a Scotty on Juggernaut. I don't really see them killing him off anytime soon. Vengeful Spirit, she only has a BKB, and she's working for the Orchid, but I don't really see her building that up anytime soon. And even then, sure, she can put it onto a Storm, but he's still got a BKB. So you'd basically have to use it after the BKB is over. And then you have to hope that he doesn't build a Lincolns or something like that. Which I kind of doubt if he already has a BKB, but in any case. Storm Spirit also has 24 charges on the Bloodstone. So he's going to be respawning pretty quickly after he dies. even after he loses the Aegis. Push starts to come into the bottom lane, and they kind of want to go over to top to push it out. Looks like Duop aren't really too keen on letting their lanes push in right now, and Rax, he's gotten that lane pretty pushed out right now. Looking for a tier 2. I don't think those mid creeps are going to be enough to kill it. And there isn't a lot of movement from Duop over there either. Trying to cut the wave. So Duop looking pretty good here. You are settling in for some good damage. KOD continues to move forward, and Fire, they really need to keep them out of the base. This is just their goal right now, because if we start to see one Rax go down, we're probably going to see another, because that's probably going to be a team fight as well. Blending Light out into the make things difficult for him. He barely takes any damage from anything there because of all the magic medium. Fluff and stuff is getting knocked right back in. Orchid Malevolence, and here comes the Omnislash over a bunch of illusions, but you are still doing a lot of work underneath the towers now. Trying to back away from him. Whitebeard, he needs to throw out the Blending Light. He'll get it out onto the Juggernaut, taking most of the mana away from him. Whitebeard still staying alive inside the base, but we've already seen, oh wow, that's a long range swap. He's still getting out. And a Yule Scepter to avoid the assassination. Duop still having to take one ranged Rax in that lane, but they took care of the better one, and that is the epicenter coming in from Snake King right onto the sniper. He doesn't have buyback right now. TC trying to stand strong, but he's the only one with any kind of damage left on his team. There's a beautiful 4-man backing into well, but you are. He's still got some help to work with here, and he might, no, he's still alive. And 747 still has the Aegis as well. Buyback by TC wants to get back into this one. Fluff and Stuff gets the stun onto the Weaver, who's already gone into Shikuchi, keeping himself safe. Full set of Rax down at mid. And we might start to see Duop go for bottom. 26 Bloodstone Chargers on 747. He goes for the high ground. Whitebeard, he's going to get silenced. He uses the Ghost Scepter already. Here comes the First Strike though, and that will probably be a kill on the Whitebeard as that Orchid Pod's doing a little bit more damage. Fluff and Stuff, double kill for you. Why they want some more. Rax getting chased down by 747. That will be the GG. Duop going on to get a rematch versus Team Freedom in the grand final of the KOD League season number 4. And after the first game, it seemed like Duop made the necessary adjustments to get back at Team Fire. They didn't let them